let's say that we want to do this exercise. So it is looking like this. Yes, it's the one. So what do we need? What do we need? So we go right here. First of all, okay. So we want multiple parts. We go into the multiple part, and then we have to create this. And this is frame. So frame horizontal, my bad, frame vertical, frame vertical, frame horizontal, frame horizontal, and frame vertical. And here in the middle I have a glass. So in the middle a glass. So for that I will have how many points? I have 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Okay? And then I have for the glass 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Okay? Right? So, but first I need to make part definition for horizontal and part definition for vertical. So in the part definition for horizontal, I'll have this part definition. So horizontal part definition, what do I need here? I need to have an edge bending here. I need to have dowels here. I need to have groove here. Yes? Correct. And then for the, this is horizontal. For the vertical, it still looks like this, but vertical. And then I'll need to have an edge bending. I need to have a groove. And I don't need to have connectors. Alright? No connectors. Just edge and groove. That's it. Okay. And after I have these two part definitions, I apply them here, 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 and here. And then I just pick a glass which I have already there, any glass, and I just put it into the multiple parts. Okay, so here somewhere it says, okay, do variables. You already know how to create variables, so even with variables, without variables, same thing. So let me see, from frame default value, okay, fine. What else I have? Okay, fine. So, good. Okay, so here you have for this to fix these points here between here and here and here and here. You have variable for the frame. So something C frame. So I'll do that. Okay, let's see how it's done. So we go to element manager. First thing we need to do is create part definition. So I go parts, part definitions, and I say I'll get the standard and I'll pick some material. Let's say I'll pick that one. It's a variable as well. So I'll say this is my frame horizontal. And then I click. So maybe, well, this is not a good naming. I'll put like 2000, and then I'll say dowels and groove. I'll say PD as well. I can just make it like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll keep it like this. So horizontal, have it like this. And then here I'll say vertical. And I'll remove the dowels. And then I also can put them in my folder. So I go door, frame. I get these here. And cut and paste them here. Then I go here for the horizontal. I put material. I go right here for edge 1. I'll pick some edge, or maybe I'll pick variable. Then I'll save. Then I'll go here in machinings. And I want the groove to be here. So you already know, because we did that like a couple of hours ago, that you have to do this one horizontal. Well, of course it needs to be groove. Horizontal Y negative, because it's on the third edge. And then I put linear division. And then here in the PDF, not this one, this one, it says what exactly we need to do here. So it says, okay, which one is that? C frame minus 17.5 to 1, and I can copy this whole. It's same orientation, it's so, and then I go and do it. So first of all, of course, I cannot put variable that I don't have, so I have to go to variables. And here in my training folder, I'll just create another variable with the name C frame var door, and then I pick number, and the default value should be 80, and save. And then I go back to the part definition, go to the machining, click right here, delete it, and say right click, variable number, pick this one, and say that, well, usually I don't need that anymore, so I say this one minus 17.5 mm to 1, and then for the endpoint in X I say 1 to the same equation here, yeah, I mean 1 to this, okay. And then what do we need? 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 1, 1, 9.5, 6.5. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 9.5, 6.5. Save. Yes. And done. And the same thing I will do here. The same exactly thing. I'll do here. I could also just copy this and just rename it. So I'll have this ready. So I don't need to do it 2 times. So then I'm missing something here in the horizontal one. I'm missing in the edges to put dowels. So in edge 2 and 4, I click here and 2, say connection situation, click right here, and I say dowel. Then I go down here and 4, click right here, say dowel, and save. And I have the 2 part definitions, one for horizontal with the edge, with the dowels, and with the groove, and one for vertical with the groove and with one of the edges here. And that's it. Now I go to standard and I say this is my multiple part door 5 piece. Now I'm just going to move it here. I go up to the default settings and click single parts. I make sure that I don't have edge bending here. No edge bending. I click part category, I click multiple part. I go to construction points. What do I need here? I know what do I need, I'm just going to show you. I've been doing this before. So I go and have to put so I go right here and I have to put the points, so I go 0 to right click variables, training, this one, okay, in millimeters, and then I copy it and I paste it on the other side as well. Click new, looks like this, but I'll copy the whole thing and I paste it here and I click new again, so I have like something like this, and I delete the previous one, so I have just one. Now that's enough for the frame. Doesn't matter that you don't have, you have some points that you're not going to use, doesn't matter, it's okay. So now I go to elements and just because we have first edge here, here I'll put my vertical one, right? Because it looks like this, so the vertical is here and this is edge number 1 on that side, correct? Yeah, so this is the one. I put edge number 1. This is the vertical frame. I already explained how do I use it. This is edge number 1 here and this is edge number 1 here. So for the door, that's how we use it. If you're not sure, where is that? If you're not sure, you can check in the part definitions here. While I'm picking my frames, I go to vertical I click right here and I want to see for door. You see where's the first edge? So yes, it's correct, I have to do it that way. So I go apply, it doesn't matter if I say yes, so I say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then new. I just make sure that my edge 1 is on the outside, because I have edge bending there and I have on the third edge groove. So I unclick this and I click here, 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 and I click new. But now first edge is inside, so I go rotate the edge and detach. Now I do the same thing, but here for the ones that are horizontal. So I click here, I first pick them, click apply, and then I say this, 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 and this, and then new. But first edge should be outside, 2 and 4 to be on left and right. So I go like this, and okay, then I do the same thing. There's something else I'll show you in a little bit, but for now we'll keep it like that. So first edge outside, 2 and 4 here. Okay, let's see how it looks. Later we'll put glass. 1 second. So we click OK, save. This is the door. Then I have to apply this multiple part. This is multiple part, but still part definition. So I need to apply it to a door. So I go to the door, and I'll apply it here. And I go for this, OK, save, and close. And now I'm going to apply it, this cabinet. I'm just going to apply it to this article here. Actually, let's do another one, because this one is kind of and just pick it, just pick that one, pick that, which one was it, this one, and apply, and let's say 600, not that it matters, doesn't matter, but still, okay, and doesn't matter, I would not see, I'm not saving, I'm just applying it, and let's see. It says no hinge connectors, there's something wrong, but don't worry, we'll see later. Oh, okay, so okay, usually what is gonna, so usually I'm not going to, because you see this part definition, now I don't want to use it anymore, but it's appearing everywhere, so I have to remove it. A part definition before that we used, so I'm just going to use something else. Ooh, no. Just be careful when you're using that kind of part definition, because this one right now is just something wrong, because I put handle there and then I'm using it like, and take this one. Is everything okay here? Okay, so now let's see how it looks. We're going to see Visual Manager 6. and we see there are dowels, right? There are dowels, and there is groove, but this groove is not where it's supposed to be. And also okay, I'm just going to change the material with the variables, because I want to show you something, because I have variables here. I have variables for material, and just going to change it. Oak. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, so what is wrong here? See this grain here? It's not correct. Okay? The grain is not correct here. I have to change it. And also, why the grooves are not correct? You see, this one is okay, right? This groove is in the correct position. It's not exactly, it's doesn't have to go all the way to that place, so then maybe I'll change that. But it is it's okay. But on this side, you see on this side now, this side is not okay. Watch. So see this? It's not okay to be here. It needs to go on the other side. And this one also, why it's positioned like this? Why? Do you know why? Because if you click here, you see where's edge 1, edge 2, edge 3 and edge 4. It's okay, but the grain is not positioned correctly, and also the groove is not positioned correctly for both parts. I'll show you how to fix it. We have to go to the multiple part. So if you have to fix it, go to the multiple part and then go to elements. And do you see this X here? See this X? This is where the groove will go. So this is the position of the base edge. So this is the groove now. The groove is here on the fourth edge for one of the. It's here on the fourth edge. So it needs to be on the third edge. So, and also the grain needs to be changed. So I have to change the position of X. How to change it from here? Change part orientation, so the part is oriented. So the first edge is outside, but the reference edge is here where number 2 is. So the reference edge is responsible for, not responsible, but yeah, it's responsible for the positioning of the grain and the positioning of the part itself. So the reference edge should be 1 and the first edge should be 1 in order for our part to work. So click right here. It's not okay. It's not okay, and now it should be okay. Then I do the same thing on this one. So I go click here. Now it's fine. Then I go on the vertical, and this is okay. This is okay, but on the other one it's not. So I have to rotate it. So I go rotate, and now it's okay. And now I click OK. I save, and let's see. I close, refresh. Yes, right? So do you see now? Do you see the groove now? It's okay. Of course it needs to go all the way here, so I don't like it like this, and this one I don't like it as well like that. So I'm just going to change it however I want. So here I'll make it I will make it the minus the 80. Yeah, so this one will be 0 to even like -5, for example. And then this one will be, because it's 0, it will be -80 plus -80 -8. Yeah. So this groove, I don't like it like this. I'm just going to change it. So for the horizontal ones, I would say that the groove goes is this the horizontal one? Vertical has the same. Yeah, so I would say this one is -5 mm, and then this one is from here to -5 mm, and save. And I'll just refresh and you'll see what's the difference here for this one. Yeah, so do you see this here now? Just goes a little bit more. Okay. And for this one, I'll say 80. The thickness, the width of the frame minus the width of the frame minus this one here, because it needs to go all the way like that. Yeah. So minus 9.5. So I'll go back to the element manager, and here for this vertical one, I'll say this is okay, but it's not going to be 17.5. And it's going to be in mm. This is mm, and here I'll put this one minus 10, because I want to do this that way. I think it's correct. I think it's okay to do that way, because the other way I don't like it. You'll see why. Oh, okay. Right. For a second. So I thought it's 80, right? But this is 2 times minus. This one is 2 times minus. Well, let's see if it's just 80 mm. Because if it's just 80 mm, it's going to be right where the frame is. So this is 80 mm, right? So I have to make it not 80, but how much is this? Let's just measure it very quick so to see. No multiple, just that one. So it's 80 here, 80, and I have to put it like 70, for example. So minus 10, it was correct. Maybe because it was double, 2 times minus, that's why. So here I say vertical, and I say minus 10 mm, save, and then here minus 10 mm. Okay, refresh. And then it goes to here. So it's okay. See that? I can click right here and measure it. No, okay. Can measure it 70. But these dowels are not okay. So in the PDF that I sent you, there is a thing that you have to do your own descriptor. So you already did that. You know how to do it. So there is like this thing right here. Say dowel, and then you do your dowels. Okay. You already know how to do that. So you have to create new see dowel frame, which is connection situation. Then you have to pick type of connection. You have to put linear division, which will look like that, and so on and so on. So yes, you can do that. You see here for these dowels, because the dowels are where? The dowels are here for this part. So if I go to that part, I see where the dowels are in my edge number 2, and no, it's not here. In the horizontal one, dowel here and dowel here. So that's not the dowel I want. So I will just go and do my own frame and then save. And then I go here and I just keep it like it is. But the only thing I change is first linear division. So I change it here and I say this is dowel frame. And then here I delete most of them because I guess I don't want to use it for frame like that. Or maybe I do, don't know. So I'm just going to say, okay, how much is going to be there? It's going to be, I have 6.5 in, so let's say 20 mm, and here I have 20. Well, you can put 25, it's okay, I guess. It's okay. So I save it like this, and less than 120 it will use that. More than 120 it will use the other one, and then between 150 and 200 it will use that many. Okay, so I apply that and save and apply, and then I just use the same one here for the second one, the fourth edge I mean. Then I close, I refresh, and now looks like this. Very good, right? Good job. So we see the settings here, nice. And what is missing here? It's missing the glass. So the glass, how do we place it? First of all here, I want to know how much is from here to here. So I use this and I say from this point to this point, how much is it? 575. Why do I need this? Because I need to position the glass in the height, in the depth with this number. So 575. Then the construction points for this glass will be one of them here, then another one here, then one down here, and one down here. So how much is that? It is, how much is that? It's 80 80, like the variable minus the depth of the groove, which is 6.5. So this variable minus 6.5. That's it. Easy. So I go to the element manager and I go into the multiple part, and then I go to multiple part again, and I go to element manager, elements, and I say, oh, no, I go to construction first, construction point, and I say the variable for frame in millimeters minus 6.5 mm to 1 to the same variable minus 6.5, so I can just copy paste, then copy paste again down here, and new. That's it. All right, same equation for the x, same for y. All right, so I go to elements now, and I want to pick the part definition for the glass. So I click here, part definition, and I say that I want glass. So I click here and search for glass. Let's say I use that. Yeah, I can use that, but let's say I'll create my own. Save, because there is something here that you don't know, so this is just in my database, but I'll show you later. So I go here, this is a groove here, that's why I'm removing it, because otherwise I'll have 2 times groove. So this is connection situation for groove that I have. I don't want it because I already have one. Later I'll show you how to use it as well. So we click here, click apply, we click detach, and then we say this point, this point, this point, and this point. Then we say new. And now I don't have to rotate the edges because it doesn't matter, it's a glass. But what I need to say is, because the glass is here in the middle, not in the middle, but the glass is on the bottom, so I need to move it up. So how to move it? Here with Z, so I go 5.75 and apply. Now when I go and check, yes, so it's in the middle now. I close, I click OK, save. Now right click, refresh, right click, refresh. Maybe a little bit more for the glass. Well, it doesn't matter, you're not going to cut it anyway, so maybe the glass is too thin, but otherwise that's how you do it. See? Oh yeah, the size of the glass depends on the construction points that you place. So I place construction points which are not exactly fitting with the groove, but I can change it, it doesn't matter, because I said it should be 6.5. So if I measure from here to here, it should be 6.5, but obviously I made the groove a little bit bigger So the groove is yeah, okay. Well, I made a mistake. It was 9.5, right? So I'm just going to change it, and that's it. It's easy. You go and change it. In the construction points, you just don't say 6.5, you say 9.5 everywhere. So yeah. And after you change something, you need to click apply, otherwise it is not going to work. And if I don't want these points anymore, I'll try to delete them. I cannot, because I already have a part there. So first I need to delete the part and then the points. I cannot delete points which have attached part to it. So if I want to delete the points, I have to delete first this and then go to construction points and delete them also, right? So if I want new one, just go again, then elements, you click here, you pick the glass. Even I can make I made my own glass, so I can just right click here, right click, cut, and then put it inside here, paste, and then click here and say this time this glass is not 4 but it is 6 instead. Oh, I do have 6. Okay. Yeah, but you can do it as well. See? Apply. And then you pick this, new. You move it up with 5.75. Apply. Okay. Save. And then refresh and done. That's it. See? Okay. What about if I want to use not wooden frame? I don't want to use wooden frame. I want to use metal frame. How can I use metal frame? I have to use the stretchable purchase parts. So I go element manager and then I say new multiple parts, but this time SPP 5 piece. So now I go to part category, I click multiple part, I go to construction, I want these points at the ends, so I click new, and then I go to stretchable purchase part. So this is the metal part. I go to principal, and then frame. I'm just looking for something. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. So I click OK, and then the way to add it is, because it's metal frame and you know there's a reference point and it's only one reference point, so you put the part to two points. You put the part to 2 points. So starting point and end point. So I say starting point. I click here starting point. I select it. Then I click select. Then I select the end point and I click new. So now I do have this here. But remember, you have to do it counterclockwise. Otherwise, if you go from select here and then select there, it will go outside of the size of the part. If I have a top, let's say I put it on a door, and if the door is 700 to 500, it's not going to be 700 to 500 anymore. It's going to be 700 plus this, or 500 plus this, because it's outside. So if that's the door, instead of in, it will be out. So you have to pick it counterclockwise. From here, select starting point, select end point. So this way. So here first, here second, here first, here second. And then you go select this point, select that point. So select, click here, this point, select this point, and then new. But you see here, there is the trim is wrong, so you need 45 degrees. You can use this miter angle, so you have 45 and 45 and apply, and so it's wrong. So end angle is 45, but this one here is minus 45. So minus 45, apply, and then I do the same thing here. So I said minus 45, 45, apply, and it's okay. It remember the settings, so I can click select this point, select end point, new. So it remembers. So select this point, select that point, new. That way, always counterclockwise. Let's see how it goes. So I click OK. Now I'm going to change the part definition for this one here. So right click, modify. I go in here and I say different part definition. So pick this one. Oh, look, how does it look? It looks like nothing, like there's nothing here, but actually there is. And it cannot find a hinge because the door thickness is 0. It's 0 because the stretchable purchase part, they don't have size. You see, I see that there is something here, but the thickness is 0. So I have to do what? I have to go to the part definition and say that the part thickness, this virtual thickness here, see, this virtual thickness is, let's say, 20, and click OK. Then this will be 22, 20, and then it looks okay. And now it will even find hinges. Okay. Now I want to have a glass. How to position it? How to position the glass? Okay, we look at the frame here, and we know that this is where the glass should be placed, right? So it should be placed right here. Okay, so we need to measure. 1 second, because I'm not sure which point. So this point here, this point. So we need to know. Okay, this is better. So we need to know from here to here how much is it. So we say DIST, and we say from here to here it's X 6.8. Okay, so to position this glass I need to have 6.8 to 1 to 6.8. So I say 6.8 mm to 1 to 6.8 mm, and then the same thing in Y. And now I'll get to element here. I click part definition and I pick the glass. It's already here, so I pick this glass and say apply, and then I pick this point, this point, this point, and this point, new, and OK. Now let's see. So I do have the glass, but it is not properly positioned, to see. The glass is not where it's supposed to be. Let's see, if I get this glass and this part and I isolate it, I go top view, you see where it is? I need to move it from here to here, so I say how much is from here to here? 14.6. So I say Z 14.6. So I go to the element manager, I go to the multiple part for the frame, for the door. Go to elements and I say 14.6, and then I click apply maybe 2 times. Usually it works from the first time, but I recommend you using more than once. Like click it twice. Yes, so now it's here, but it's too big though. This glass is too big for this place, so maybe I can pick some other glass. It's okay, but that's the way to do it. I'm just going to change that because I picked this one as yeah, now it's okay. Okay. Okay, good.